it's Maggie Mulhern from Modern Salon. I am here with Xavier Maratz. Did I say it right?
That's right.
Oh, good. Okay, so we're in the Hamptons. We are in Sag Harbor, and it's the middle of the summer, so it's the high, exciting season. I am here taking up time because you have a very exciting client.
Yeah.
You have a child, and you're doing something interesting. Tell us what you're doing here.
All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little bit of elevation right in this area and going super short over here. But I also have to be careful with the length going right over it, and that creates such a demarcation. So I'm just going to basically just cut it short, then I'm going to thin out and just create this connection between the short and the long.
Okay, so why is it challenging?
It's challenging because as soon as you go from short and keep it in the top long, you also have to make it in a way where you don't have such a big line which doesn't look too good. So you want to texturize it like you have already, but that haircut's been growing for like at least a month and a half. So.
Okay, so the hair is just wet. Have you prepped it with any product?
No, you don't want to prep with any products. You want the hair on this purest, where it's easy for you to be able to work on it without.
And he has a really cool nape here.
Yeah, when you look at his hairline, you will have to go short and gradually go longer in this area, so create a longer, a natural line.
So one of the challenges having a younger brother sit here.
Yeah, so this is the deal. When you're having the brothers, you're having a lot of challenge. So it's going to be double challenge with the brother and the haircut.
And of course with me here. So break it down. Tell us what you're doing. Tell us the products and tools you're using.
All right.
And we're going to get in.
What I'm going to do is his hair is already washed. You need to have it washed. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start to cut it around this area, all around the neck and the side. Not going super. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start my cut. I'm going to keep his head as straight as I can. He's a kid, so it's going to be a little harder. Keep it straight, buddy. And I'm going to just go straight, going down and down and down. So basically what I'm doing at this moment, I'm just taking all the excess, the hair I don't need to, but I also have to layer it and create this volume. What I'm working on right at this moment, because I want to go again from the side to the top, going short to long. So already I can see my area here was getting shorter, and I put my fingers slightly on an angle, so there is already this is happening. So key here with the sideburn and around the ears is to put your fingers right there, to use it as a guide. And also guiding around the ears without, of course, touching his ears. There you go. So it's pretty much clear at this moment, but I'm going to go back over and clean it up a little more.
Is there any trend for sideburns for children?
And not really, because, you know, parents like to have the kids, well, at this time, back to school. So they need to have the child to be nice and clean and ready. And it's a kid, so you want to keep it appropriate. He doesn't need to have any sideburn yet. But, you know, maybe a little bit. The sideburn, just a little, I mean, a little slightly shorter than that, definitely. But I will not go too long, because this doesn't really look good for him, or for any kid, really. It's inappropriate, I think, to have long sideburn for a kid. So now I'm going to take my buzzer, and I'm going to go a little bit shorter on the sideburn. It's very easy, so it's one shot, one kill right there. Up, there you go. It doesn't need to go back over 20 times. And here you incline your comb slightly, and you can just start to work the sides super short. But super short without getting too tight either. Like that, like that, like that. To move the ears, put the comb, go back right over. Move the ears, put the comb, come back. But don't forget, leave a little bit of length on the side, so it's going to be texturized. And now I'm going to start to work on the side. Look down, buddy. And this is what I'm doing. So, and there you go. It's got to be the movement from your buzzer to your comb. It's got to be quick, because the kids is it's really difficult. They move a lot, so you have to be fast when you do it. There's the hairline right there. So I'm working from short to long, and I'm not making any line whatsoever. I'm just going right to this hairline. I'm not shaving anything. I'm just working with my comb, gradually going to the length I need to go with. So you can see the way I'm putting the comb. So there it is. You see short and long. Short and long. Short and long. There you go. So clean up a little bit on the edges around here and keep going over. Go up a touch. Yeah. Keep going a bit like that. Don't move too much. So again, this is just needs to just take the excess of hair. It's not quite, we're not quite, you know, creating the drawing to it. So now I'm going back with my scissors, putting my scissors on an angle and doing the connection for my my buzzer cut I did just before. There you go. So there it is. So now I'm ready to keep at it, just what I'm doing right now. And right now. All right, so basically what I did the middle of my head. Now I'm gonna work on the other side. Keep it straight, bud. Move the excess of hair. So again, I wanna keep the top a little longer, so I'm moving the rest. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm gonna work on same thing I did before. There you go. Again, I'm going fast because a kid that moves too very fast get tired very quickly. When you cut his hair, after a while you get enough. So he can start to move a lot and it becomes difficult to cut his hair. So I'm trying to be fast, precise, and less painful for him. There you go. There you go. Okay, so there you go. I'm going back to my buzzer. Keep up a little bit straighter. Very good. You do such a good job. So again, there it is. I'm just putting my comb slightly to the side and going up. So I keep a little bit of length for my connection from the top to the side because it needs to be connected. I'm not doing any line beside. A little bit of sideburn here. So the key to do a sideburn on the child when you do a little sideburn is to be fast. Don't take too long because that's when the mistake happens. And there it is. Now I'm going to go around his ears. So I pull his ears up on the side, put my fingers, I direct my fingers, and I cut around so I don't hurt him and I don't create any accident. All right, so when this is done, going back to my buzzer, I tell him, look at your shoes. That's a good technique. They're usually very, very good at this. You have to speak kid when you cut a hair of a kid. And be patient. All right, so here he's got a colic here, and it goes this way. So I'm gonna go to the opposite way with my comb, so I can take the excess of hair. Here, boom, boom. A kid haircut should take at least 20 minutes, no more than that, because they get tired again. They get exhausted, they wanna be done, they itch. They got enough. All right, so the sides is done. Now I'll go back to the side in a little bit. Now I'm gonna work on top.
All right, I'm sneaking over here.
Very easy. What I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna start to texturize all the top. So I'm going in. I'm not cutting and making lines. I'm texturizing. Texturizing is a way to create evenness and also be uneven, but it also makes the haircut look like a puzzle. Everything fits in together. So I keep going on it. And I don't cut my fingers. So I know I've been doing this for a while and I start to a certain point, but I also put my comb to the side so I don't pinch my fingers. Look up. Up. There you go. Okay. So he's got a little bit of length here. So the key on a man haircut or a kid haircut, beside the kid wants a mullet, usually the balance are long on top, short on the side, and on the neck. That's usually how things work on men's haircut. But now, you know, you have all those British haircuts where it's long on the side, long on the bottom. So it kind of makes it a little bit off. But for him, it's going to be like that soccer haircut, short, but also a little bit of length on top. So I'm not creating no line on my haircut right now. no line. I'm just going on it and create a little bit of layers, make it a little bit uneven, but even in a way where it's not going to be any hairs flopping around and making it all weird. There. All right, so when that's done, I'm going to just now work with my thinning shears. This is the thinning shears. All right, it's small, they're great, it's a German pair. Scissors, the Tondeos is best. So what I'm doing, I'm going right over it. Right over it. I'm just taking off all the excess. I'm actually 1 inch from his roots, so.
And why are you doing this?
Well, I just don't want to have, first of all, I'm taking the weight of his hair, because he's got very thick hair. They all have very thick hair, the brothers. But also it creates this unevenness on his hair, but also it makes the haircut work. And you know what? When you use thinning shears on the kid haircut, because he's moving a lot, I mean, this young boy is actually very good. It's also a way to be safe on your haircut, because when you're using thinning shears, it doesn't create a straight line when you cut it. It cuts, out of 5 hair, it cuts 3 hair and leaves some hair longer, so it doesn't create a big line. All right, so there it is. So now I'm going to go from my top to my side. I'm going to connect both of them. It's very easy to do it with a thinning shears. So what we need to do is put his neck down and slowly start from the neck and go up. And I keep repeating this for a good amount of time just to make sure, because I can see the thickness right this area here, right on his, a little bit up his neck. So there you go. So now I'm looking at it and I just feel it, and it feels right. It feels it's connected, it's short enough, and I'm doing the same on the side. Be careful with his ears, and move his ears away, and I put my scissors in between. Move his ears away, put my scissors in between. There you go. So again, we're creating some fun haircuts, so it can't be too conservative. So I'm gonna go a little bit higher, right around like the temples over here. So it creates this little sucker look, like every kid, like every professional sucker have, basically, is a little shorter on the side, slightly higher. And I'm just thinning his hair a little bit so we can see the connection. It's good, it's long, there's the length, and I'm just working. The part we cannot forget is this area where the temple is. A lot of hairdresser, because it's a difficult place to access to it. Why? Just the angle of it, and also you got your comb, it's pretty close to the eyes, to the face, so it's kind of makes it a little bit uncomfortable for some young professional hairdresser who doesn't like to get too close to people's faces, who I understand. All right, so there it is. So we got our side nice and short here. We don't want to go too tight either. So we got the colic here responding to the length of the hair. Looks great. I'm going to go to the other side now. And I'm working in the same way here. Same way. So I'm starting from the bottom, going up. Starting from the bottom, and I'm going down with my comb and going back up. So I'm going this. It's a movement. It's a movement to create an unevenness on the hair, but also make it even. So it's a little bit catch-22 here. So there it is. So the thinning shears in this type of haircuts is majorly important, because with that, it really takes all those lines of buzzers when you came in before, early in the haircut. So now I'm moving his ears away, and I'm going right over it. Just like that. So I'm going to go a little bit higher up here. Let me see. Yeah, very good. That little boy is very, very good. I'm lucky. Lucky on that one. They're all very good. There you go. You all right, buddy? So here we're having the side here. I'm going to get rid of this little piece of hair here. See? just for the angle of my comb. My scissors, I want to say. Just going right over it. All right. So, there it is. Great. There you go. So it's short, but it's not enough too buzzed and, you know, not like just doesn't look good. After this is like, this is a haircut. It's not a barbershop stuff. It's something where it's more elaborated. So I'm not saying barbershops is not elaborated. It's just different type of haircut. It's, you know, texturized and worked in a way where you feel the hair. Yeah, that's good. So I'm gonna go back over a little bit here. Boom. There you go. Now look at the mirror also, can't forget that. See how it goes. That's it. I don't think it should be more. Well, I'm going to dry a little to see what's going on.
So you leave almost as much time for the refining as the actual cut.
Yes, yes, you have to. Everything is part of the haircut. It's important to really work on it from the beginning when you clear and you take all the excess of hair. Then after that you go back with the thinning shears and you be more detailed. But you know what? I really used this scissors very little bit. It really was not that much. Most of it was the thinning shears. So I'm going to dry his hair. Oops, sorry. Dry his hair. The tip of the day for a kid is when you cut his hair, you want to be fast. You want to make it less painful for him. And you have to keep a conversation with him. Obviously, I was not able to talk to him because I was explaining the way I was cutting the hair. But there's all kind of games people can do when they cut the hair to kids. And just keep the conversation.
What is that you're using?
A little bit of gel, medium hold, no gel. So when the kid doesn't want gel, you put it on your hair.
So that way you can inspire him for the next time. So who's more difficult, the mother, father, or the kid? Or the editor trying to get information from you while you're trying to do it?
They're all very nice. It's a little bit of everything, I'll say. It's a bit of powder on his neck. Why? It just doesn't itch him. He's happy. He's comfortable. Good experience for him. He doesn't keep talking to mommy. He says, "Mommy, it's itchy." So it makes everybody happy.
Oh, that's nice. All right, so turn around. Let's see your haircut. Give us a couple sides of this. We'll turn you around in the chair. Can we do this?
Yep. There you go. So there it is. We're having our neck nice and tight and short and create any line. It comes right from the natural line. I went shorter all the way around the side. There's no demarcation, no line between the long and the short. They all fit in together. Meanwhile, his hair is much longer on top. Same thing here. I went with his hairline and I just follow the line. And I just cut it all the way around, texturize it as much as I can. And he's looking great. I think he's looking awesome, right, bud? Liking it?
That was a great cut. All right, so how do we follow you? It's Xavier. Say your last name.
Yeah, so Xavier, you can look at Xavier, Salon Xavier, and on Instagram and Facebook and whatever website.
And we're in Sag Harbor, and great cut. Thank you for giving us this time, and thank you,
My
Malcolm.
pleasure. Thanks, Malcolm. Awesome. Thank you.